One of the reasons we like this sort of top of the hill for the lions is because when they roar, we want it to carry out through the whole African Grasslands valley below. And so you not only feel like you're in Africa, it sounds like you're in Africa too. And so, and the lions have terrific views looking down on the lagoon and parts outside. They'll have great views of Bongo and Sable as well. So a lot to keep the lions interested here. And a great perch to view everything from.
Is this one of the ones you said where it almost looks like the animals are just like right up and
yeah,
so
you
personal?
know, there'll be a fence here obviously, and you won't be able to walk up to the edge, but really neat views. We're just starting to color the rocks over there, putting another coat down.
Are all the cats moving over here, or just some?
Just all the lions. 5 lions will be in here. This big tower right over here is something I saw in Africa. This was constructed over there. They have rangers spend the night in those to look for lights for poachers. And so we duplicated that one right here.
Will people be able to go up in there?
No, they can't because it's stairs, but for keepers we'll use it. Board members and donors will be able to take them up. It's this lion viewing area. So it's just a covered area. In the summertime when the fans are on, it'll be a little relief from the heat. But big expansive views of the close end of the rock copy. The rocks here next to the window, inside and out, are heated. And so the kids on the inside will share the same warmth from the rocks that the lions are on the other side. And right where those men are standing, those construction workers, will be a pool for the lions for summertime.
Okay.
What are some of the big things they need to get done? I mean, as we're looking at it, we see a lot, but if you had to put some of the things they need to get done.
They need to finish the lion night quarters. They're just getting all the caging panels up in there. They're close. They need to stain the rest of the rock work here. They need to complete the barrier. The fence is up. Just the mesh is not in yet. There's a pool that goes in here that should go in pretty quick. And then the whole thing will be sort of disked and seeded, so we can get that going as well. So that's for this. And then there's some graphics that go in here. The second half of the truck, the Land Rover, gets put in over there. So there's still some barrier right over here that needs to go in. Again, remember this, think of this as the behind the scenes area where the rangers store their stuff. And a helicopter the kids can go into. We have to still remove the doors so they can get in and out really easily. This came from a barn in upstate New York.
It's got that same kind of radio thing.
It's a Bell 47, yes, it's a Bell 47 helicopter.
I mean, you've added a lot more theming and a lot more stuff to go along with the animals instead of just coming for the animals.
Yeah, it's a lot more stuff, especially for kids, to be more interactive. You know, the pygmy goat area, the giraffe feeding, the elephant amphitheater, the lion training area, and then these areas up here. And part of the program up here is to help explain to people that it's important for us to help manage the wildlife nowadays. Unless, you know, we're the reason they've declined, and we're also the reason that we're going to be able to help them. Fun stuff for kids.
Those are actually going to be out there.
These are going to be sable antelope in here. There'll be a herd of 5 or 6 out here to start with. We think several of them are pregnant. And so hopefully we'll have kids out here. We think once we let them out, they're not going to come back in because they love being outside. So we're just trying to get the finishing touches on this.
What's going in the small wooden pen?
Those timbers get cut down to about the 2-foot level, and the African spurred tortoise goes in there. I forget how many are going in there. 2 or 3 are going in there, and they're about this big. It's a big tortoise from Africa. That'll be in that one.
And you only need a foot-tall fence for them.
Yeah, it's about 2 feet. They're not jumpers and climbers.
Obviously, they'll have to go inside during the winter.
Yes, they'll go inside in the winter. Really nice views of Sable. In much of the views, the animals are slightly higher than you are, and just psychologically, that feels a little nicer to see them a little higher than you are. It puts the animal in a little bit more dominant position when they're up a little higher.
So how much planning went into making all this?
Well, it was, I just looked it up on my calendar. We started about 3 years ago with some of the early planning, an awful lot of planning with curators, with keepers, architects, myself. A lot of thought went into this. We put berms up in strategic locations that'll be planted up so that we have a better backdrop for the animals.
And the turkeys are just coming to visit. They aren't here.
The turkeys, they're ours. They're sort of wild, free-ranging in the park, and they're a little bit nosy. They like to poke around all the new areas. When we put dinosaurs in a couple of years ago, they were up displaying to the dinosaurs because the dinosaurs are moving, and the turkeys were alarmed by that. But they've been on back service roads in mud where all the construction trucks are and the equipment. They've been all checking that all out and getting in the way, and yeah. Yesterday there was a bongo right up on there and it looked like he was out.
Yeah.
Because you can't see the fence behind the berm.
Yeah, and when this is planted, you'll see even less of it. But again, they'll be on a really high perch.
And you said that was for the psychological reason.
Yeah, I think it's nice for the animals to sometimes look down. They like looking out because they can look for predators and other things. It's just psychological, I think they feel better without people looking down on them. Just like the lions, we've almost inverted the lion display. That is sunk down. This one is going up.
That's what I'm doing. This guy just posing beautiful.
See the heavy horns. Still a little soft out there. They're sinking in.